What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be focusing on the EM2 and the OTS. I'm going to do a gameplay video today, so we'll talk about the EM2 a little bit. This is something I highlighted in one of my videos recently. This build with Agency Suppressor, Task Force Barrel, Field Agent Grip, Airborne Elastic Wrap, and 40-round mag, so that keeps the default optic on the gun. It actually is a really nice build. The ADS times are pretty good when you swap the optic for an Airborne Elastic, and you get the really big benefit of that default optic feeling a lot like a SUSAT, where it just has no visual recoil. Makes the gun super easy to control. As always, if you guys like the content, drop us a sub and a like and a comment. We're going to need all the support we can get to cover Vanguard and Battlefield, both releasing within like a week of each other, coming up here pretty soon. It's going to be a lot of work, but we're trying really hard right now to get everything caught up on the Modern Warfare and Warzone side of things, so we're ready for Vanguard and ready for Battlefield 2042. Really want to get both of those on the site as fast as possible and cover them. So support is always appreciated. But let's jump into it, and we will talk about, first of all, the builds, and then we'll go through the gameplay. And I'm also going to do like a gameplay review where I talk about what I did and then the mistakes I made, the good things that I did, and we'll just go through it. So let's jump into it. All right, so first we're going to talk about the EM2. So I covered the build at the beginning of the video, but I'm just going to talk about it again. Agency Suppressor, Task Force, Field Agent Grip, Airborne Elastic, and 40-round mag on the EM2, and that allows you to keep that default optic on there and still have decent ADS times with the Airborne Elastic. So I'm going to compare this to the Krig 6, which obviously the Krig is ridiculously easy to use, has virtually no recoil, and has decent TTKs across the board. So we're going to compare TTKs here. This is headshot TTK to start with at 250 health. EM2 is basically the same as the Krig, all the way out to 50 meters, and then the Krig is quite a bit slower after that. If we go look at next shots, similar story again. Krig and EM2 are basically the same, but the EM2 again after that 50-meter mark has better TTKs. Looking at chest shots, Krig is slightly faster. It's about 30 milliseconds faster. Again, this is very similar. It's a small amount. But the Krig is a little bit better on chest shots until 50 meters again. And then at 50 meters, the EM2 takes over by a dramatic amount on chest shots. Stomach shots, you're going to see the EM2 has a better extremities and stomach profile. So it has quite a bit better TTKs here. Like almost, it's about 70 to 80 milliseconds faster for the EM2 across the board. And then after 50 meters, it's even more. It's another about 100 extra milliseconds after that. So TTKs for the EM2, especially out past like 50 meters, are much faster than the Krig. And you'll see in the video that it's very controllable, especially with this optic. Inside that range, because it has better stomach and extremities profiles, the EM2 versus the Krig, you will, on average, kill faster with the EM2. But it does have a little bit worse ADS times, so that kind of balances that out a little bit. But the ADS times aren't too bad. And if we look at extremities, I believe it's exactly the same as stomach. So yeah, extremities looks the same as stomach TTKs. If we look at summary stats, EM2 actually in this case with the Airborne Elastic has slightly better ADS times than the Krig with this long build. So if you swapped out the standard 60 round for like a 45 round or something, then the ADS times on the Krig would probably be about the same as EM2, maybe a little bit faster even. Mobility wise, they're pretty similar. EM2 is a little heavier, a little slower. Everything else is really similar. Damage per mag between the 40 round on the EM2 and the 60 round on the Krig is going to be very similar. So it's not really fair to compare the 40 round EM2 to a 45 round Krig because the EM2 is going to put out way more damage because it shoots slower. That means it hits harder and does more damage with those 40 bullets than the Krig does with the 45 bullets. So they're similar, but the EM2 just kills a little bit faster everywhere. And I think it's pretty slept on right now, and I really like this build for it. The other option would be replace Airborne Elastic with an Axial 3X. I think you're going to get pretty similar ADS times there, but you're going to get more visual recoil. One of the benefits of the Axial is that you can change the reticle though to one you like. The reticle on the EM2 default optic is not bad, but it's not great. It's not very precise. The dot in the center is pretty thick, so it's not fantastic. But overall, EM2 is a meta gun right now, but nobody's using it. So I wanted to make this video to kind of bring some light to it, since I mentioned it in a previous video, but not in depth. I'm not even going to talk about the OTS. I've talked about the OTS a dozen times at this point. It is by far the best SMG. It has the best mobility, by far the best TTKs, pretty good damage per mag at 40 rounds, and you can reload quickly. The gun is just massively overpowered. I was trying to think, I don't think we've ever had an SMG that was even close to as overpowered as this, because they've nerfed the Cold War MP5 and the Modern Warfare MP5. There's like nothing that even touches the OTS right now in terms of TTKs, and it's just crazy. It's so good. So I'm not really going to talk about it. I can show you the build. I'll go show you the build, I guess, real fast, but I'm not going to talk about it too much. So I'm going to use this opportunity to show off a feature on the site that hasn't really been brought up in videos too much. The loadout suggestions page on TGD has been changed. We now have multiple creators on here, and what you can do is you can view their profiles. So we have Yeet, amazing player, knows so much about the guns. Myself, Shaded Step, J God, obviously, Lucifer 192, and Dakota all have loadouts built on here. You can come here, view my loadouts, and you can see all my recommended builds and recommended guns here. Let me turn off night mode so it looks normal. But you can see all my recommended builds here. So basically, Rebirth, we're looking for an OTS, SMG OTS. This is basically the best SMG in the game. This is what I was using in this video, I believe. Grew Suppressor, Task Force, Bruiser Grip, 5mm sight, VDV Fast Round Mag. I say the best SMG in the game currently. Pair this with a mid-long range AR and you will fry. It works both on Rebirth and Verdansk extremely well. If you want to just view the stats, you can click the view button. It'll build the gun for you here. If you want to add it to a list to compare, you can just add it to list there, and then it should pop up in your list the way I've built it, and you can build your own SMG and try to, build something that you think is better than what I've built or something like that. So it's really cool. We've got all kinds of creators on there now. Pretty sure J-God's going to end up ratioing me on my own website. He already has 3,600 views. But it's super cool that he's even on the website. Like, we're really happy he's just there and was willing to participate. So we're constantly working on this stuff and updating it, but I just wanted to show that off. I think it's pretty cool. All right, let's get into the 18 kill gameplay. Again, this was on Rebirth Island using that EM2 and the OTS. So let's watch. And I'm going to talk about things as they happen and discuss good and bad decisions I make and try to give some tips for gameplay.
Oh my god.
There's a lot here, James.
I'm going bottom. Oh my god, so did that guy. That's also not a person. Where are you guys?
As you can see, I'm a pro player.
Where's my... There's just no friends.
Started this game the right way with the broken leg.
I broke my legs, so that's where I was. I don't know where they were.
Enemy dropping into the AR.
He's cracked.
Just kind of looking for some easy kills there since I had a DMR. I can peek over that edge there, and if there's somebody down there, I could fry them. But I just didn't see anybody.
I'm just trying to find a freaking gun, bro.
It wasn't suppressed, which is why I didn't shoot at the guy that was parachuting in, because I didn't want to give away my position unless I was sure I was going to get the kill. And in that case, that was definitely not a positive kill. Basically, when I get a deady early game, I pretty much always pop it. So I just got that deady. I didn't know if there were people still here or not. But I popped it just in case because it's just a huge benefit to have that. I always check that corner on the right because people sit back there and wait for people to come through the door. So when I come through that door, if I don't see anybody straight, I always look to my right in control center here.
I think they both got scared and left.
I have loadout.
And on the flip side of that, it's a great spot to sit and wait. If you know there's people there and you know they're going to come, sitting around that corner on the right behind that little control center is great.
No.
That's me eating food.
Does anyone need this?
Dude, this buy station shit when I have a loadout in front of me is super annoying.
Yeah.
I'm hit.
Go in living quarters. Oh, Tony's running up the hill.
I hate pushing over there.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Okay.
I much prefer to
Hate's
play
a
this.
strong word. Can we say we dislike pushing over?
Alright, I'm sorry.
I heard that so much growing up. Holy shit.
OTS is just insane. I mean, I deleted that guy.
Why you're so tame. Loadout on
He was on a heady and I deleted him.
I am not team.
Watch the
I just bottle
Tony,
a lot
Tony,
up.
load
There's
out on
a
me.
difference.
I used Deddy there. I popped a Deddy earlier and got the kill, so I used it to push all the way over here silently. Even though I didn't know if there's anyone here or not, I just wanted to get top prison position using Deddy, because Deddy's such an insanely good
Airstrike on me?
field upgrade.
No way. There's no way.
What's going on?
Enemy UAV overhead.
This guy's still on the roof.
Oh god.
I saw this guy's team, so when you kill somebody in Rebirth, their teammates flash on your map. So I saw this guy's team being over here, so that's why I'm waiting for them to come. I just heard this guy coming. I'll stop talking and rewatch that.
Get away from Charles.
So I heard him jump behind me. That's why I turned around right there. So here I played this really well. I almost got all 3 of them. I think the one thing I could have done differently was try to heady a little more. So I was way too in the open there. If I was a little bit further back, this guy wouldn't have been able to beam me as easily.
No.
And I probably would have gotten the whole team.
Loadout drop headed your way.
This video is mostly me using the OTS because it's Rebirth, and Rebirth's such close combat most of the time that I'm not using the other gun too much, but I do get some kills with it, and you'll see it has no visual recoil
2 buildings. I don't know which one.
and decent ADS times.
Be advised, friendly precision
I think Heartbeat's really, really good for Rebirth because a lot of people are parachuting in and don't have their loadout yet, so they don't have Ghost, or they only have 1 loadout. So very rarely do you run into people with Ghost, so the Heartbeat sensor is really good here.
He was outside the building to the left, but there are people topping
Yeah.
over.
Above us.
So again, I saw this guy. If you look, right when we kill these guys, you can see top left here on the map. I can see that guy's ping because he's their teammate. I can see the little arrow showing below, so I know he's over here down somewhere. Heartbeat, know right where he is.
Floor. One on the roof of us.
This roof?
Our roof, yeah.
Had the wrong gun out there, but it worked out.
I'm gonna go for zip to get an egg.
This was just a bad play. Bad aim.
He's still up there.
Yeah, I see him. Cracked. Down. Dead. One
I
down.
almost finessed these guys with movement, but this guy was like had a couple little bits of health left.
So many AFKs in Rebirth today.
Um,
One parachute again.
yeah, so I didn't hit him, but he had no plates, so it would have been a 3-bullet kill there.
At angle.
So I thought about that a lot, that little play that just happened.
Zip to get an egg.
I think as soon as stuff got uncomfortable, as soon as I missed this kill, I think I should have rotated back around the house down towards the buy station and gone below them and just reset because they know right where I am right now. So I can try to finesse them with movement,
Down below by the
but it's going to be really tough. I think this is a situation where I should have just repositioned and gotten somewhere with more of an advantage and more surprise for the team
one parachute again.
instead of just running back and forth outside. Because especially if there's another team there, there's third parties all the time in Rebirth, so there's a very good chance I'd get shot in the back there if I stay in that position anyway. I didn't this time, but a lot of the time I would. So I should have just repositioned and gone below.
Ah! On the roof with me? We're backing up or backing
Or just be Joe Woe and have insane movement and they can't kill you anyway.
No way, that was the same team. It wasn't the same team. Okay. Yeah, that was a way.
Hostile target here.
That wasn't a wipe for the far team. They're still over there.
Yeah, I think there were 2 teams.
Help me on loadout? I thought that's where you were going.
Ah! Stop
prison.
that. Stop it.
Oh, no, it wasn't prison.
Jesus.
And I know this guy's going to be coming for me because I just killed his teammate. So I got in position because I knew where he was. I saw him on loadout before I dropped. I saw which direction he ran, so I got in position for him to push me and have an advantageous fight.
Evaded the enemy track. Good work.
And that's his other teammate floating there, but I can't do anything about that without a sniper.
Ooh.
Oh
Ooh.
my god, there's 4 pings on me.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I down one on the roof.
ADS walking, super, super good. Especially with these Cold War guns, they have amazing ADS movement speed. So you're as quiet as crouching, but you can move faster, and you're ready to shoot as well.
Ooh, good for him, honestly.
I can get you.
Jumping off. Yeah, it should be safe.
Trying to find these guys. I know they're in the building somewhere, but I can't find them.
Imagine just a full team before in that gondola right now.
Gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
That little thing I did right there, if you're a mouse and key player, I think that's a really, really good thing to try to learn how to do. Watch how I ADS and I start missing my shots, so I un-ADS, start hip firing, and then I re-ADS I never stop shooting in that whole. In this case, I did stop shooting, but you don't have to stop shooting. But what that does is if you get off with your aim, it allows you to still hit some shots, and you can kind of, I don't know, it just really lets you refocus where your aim is. resets the recoil. The gun's not bouncing around in front of you. I think that's a really good thing to learn how to do as a mouse and key player. On console, you don't need it as much because aim assist is helping you in those situations. But on mouse, you're not always gonna be able to react to their movement that fast. So I think hipfire is really, really good on mouse and keyboard,
Luckily, they were all kind of separated.
and less required on
Luckily, you're a freaking beast.
Hostile dropping into the area.
Ah, Jesus. They might jump from prison roof.
I've killed this guy like 5 times this game.
You can just see how fast the EM2 kills there. It's just crazy. There I just missed shots. I still crack him, but I was just a little off to the right. I think it was the flinch mostly that made me miss there.
I'm hurt bad.
I'm a safe art if you want to climb the ladder and oh never mind, you won't have time. You good.
Yeah, I was stuffing my face all game here.
That's what I sound like, by the way.
Where are those shots? Oh, they're down
This guy
low.
was on the buy. His teammates are in prison, like 2nd floor.
Roof. What a shot. Good shot, me.
Give yourself a nice pat on the back, Jinx.
I'll go around. Friendly UAV overhead.
Yeah, I downed
Be
him.
advised. Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
He's crawling into the
I decided to just grab Lodi instead of grabbing my guns because I just wanted to get perks as fast as possible.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
howdy there, cowboy.
Make it 6 times.
5 left.
I killed that guy so many times as he was going for his loadout.
I didn't mean to.
One dude living quarters.
Tony. Tony. Run, guy, run. Come on, jump out of one of the windows. Come on, you don't want to escape out the back, right?
He's on the
They're
roof.
closing in on you.
I don't know where he went. He's not here.
It's 1v4 right now,
Ghosted. One of the two.
so we're just trying to find the last guy.
That's trash can.
It's possible to remove the arms on this chair.
He just got his teammates back, so now it's
Oh, he's
3v4.
gonna load again. Here.
They're on the move. Hostile target here.
Good example there. That was a guy with 2 plates, and I killed him that fast with this thing. Just no visual recoil at all.
We have a
It's
kill.
the same people. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Your worst nightmare.
Jumped off left side.
Into the safe zone. Forza.
I just did no angle. Yeah.
Targets eliminated.
18 from Tony. Who is this
Lego.
guy?
This OCS EM2 is pretty freaking disgusting, actually.
EM2 feels like it hits harder than the TTK unit says.
It does. It does to me too. I don't know why.
That. What is it? I don't know. Actually, for current guns, it's pretty hard.
Damn, am I a Rebirth gamer now?
I think so, brother. Welcome to the party.
Shit. You can just play both. You don't have to do one or the other.
Get prepared for people to tell you it doesn't matter and it's not real stats, though.
Just hearing you eat makes me hungry.
GG's.
You guys had nice position on that roof.
Thank you, sir.
Fuck you guys.
Oh, well.
And that's Call of Duty. So that was a really fun game. I will link all the channels of the people that I was playing with. I was playing with Variable42, Jings, and Art is War. Jings is a 4+ KD on both Rebirth and Verdansk. Funny guy. He's just started streaming, so I'll link his stream down below. Art is War is hilarious and started at like a 0.5 KD, but he's just been grinding since the game came out, and he's now playing regularly at like a 2.5 or a 3. So he's a great person to ask about how to improve. I'll link his Twitch down below. Variable42, Charles doesn't stream. We've tried to get him to stream a million times, but nothing to link there. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I tried to give some commentary on choices I made and mistakes I made, and show off the guns that I think are really, really good right now. I think the EM2 in a lot of ways is better than the Krig, so I think you should give it a shot. Try that build out, see if you like the one with the default optic instead of switching to a 3x. It'll have similar ADS times, but much less visual recoil. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.